never changes. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Howdy, partner. Sure is one fine evening, ain't it? Give me your hand, partner. Let's get you out of there. You okay, partner? You look like you could use a song.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
And so passes my favourite opening of any video game ever, but with a slight twist, as I've included a mod that just extends the opening and includes the cut content that was missing from the game. I am Accounting for Games, and this is my new Fallout New Vegas series. Now, I have played Fallout New Vegas before. Fallout New Vegas was one of the first videos that ever hit my channel, but I'm playing this series with a new mod list now, and it is inspired by a YouTuber called Triangle City. I recommend that you go look at his channel. He's only got sort of less than 10,000 subscribers, but he's done a whole series of videos where he's done some interviews with different mod creators, sorry, not mod creators, some of the game developers, as well as other members of the Fallout sort of team behind Fallout New Vegas, and some of his videos are really good about the cut content in Fallout New Vegas. So this series is a bit of a Vanilla Plus series. I'm still toying with what I'm going to call it. Well, I might just call it Fallout New Vegas Vanilla Plus, maybe. But it's with the Jsawyer mods rather than Project Nevada. So I thought I'd give it a go and maybe test some of those things out. But we're going to call ourselves, I don't know, what's a good name? How about Jimothy? I think Jimothy. Jimothy Richards. Jimothy. Perfecto.
I can't say it's
to
what
be fair,
I picked for you, but if
I
that's your
wouldn't go for
name,
it
that's
either.
your name.
Yeah,
I'm
I know,
Doc
it's not a
Mitchell.
great name.
Welcome to Good Springs.
Hi-ho.
Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
So, I am going to cut the recording here, and then we will bounce back when I have generated a character. So, I will see you all in a moment. Hello, and welcome back. I think we've got a pretty decent look here for Jimothy. I spent some time sort of just trying to make a character that didn't look like a dead zombie. And I think I have achieved my aim in Jimothy. He's looking pretty dapper. So let's rock and roll. Let's carry on. Yes, I do. Eyebrow style. Let's have bushy. We'll go bushy.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet.
Why, thank you, Doctor.
Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room? Over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now.
I just remembered something.
It ain't a race.
I forgot to install the enhanced walking thing mod. So I will do that for the next episode. I am going to post my mod list underneath in the description of this video for anyone that is interested. And let's just not necessarily rob him blind, but
Ooh, looking good so far.
we will
Go
grab
ahead
some
and
of
give
his
the vigor
shit.
tester a try.
Okay.
We'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
Indeed we will, dear Doctor. Okay, so let us do the vigor tester. So I'm going to skip right the way to the end. And I'm going to do the following. So I'm going to take a point out of strength, perception and endurance. And then I'm going to put some points into intelligence, luck, and charisma. How does this look? Maybe like that, maybe. Now I know the standard stock in this game is to lower your charisma down to 1. I know that, but playing the game like that isn't fun. So yeah, we're going to go 7 charisma, 9 intelligence, and 7 luck. I think that's a pretty decent mix of stats there. And then we've maintained a pretty good balance for some of these other ones. I mean, I know 4 perception's not great, but we can boost that back up to 5 pretty quickly. So let's, I'm going to accept that.
Look at that. Maybe
Maybe
them
they
bullets
did
done
do
your brain
my
some
brain
good.
some good, yeah.
Well, we know your vitals are
okay.
good. But that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn are dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking.
Sounds good to me.
All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Well, it's obviously cat.
House.
Investment.
Night.
It's either sleep or drink. But drink isn't an option, so we're going to go with sleep.
Bandit.
Bandit. We're going to go... I'm not sure, Doctor, to be honest. Vaporize.
Light.
Dark.
Mother.
Obviously, genetics.
Okay. Now, I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
I don't think conflict is in my nature. I strongly disagree.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
Well, that's always a tough one. I'm gonna say strongly disagree.
I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention.
Most definitely not.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
I like new ideas.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on.
I'm not very good at doing that.
Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
I see a chemical reaction.
Okay. How about this one?
I see a ship at sea.
Last one.
Two ninjas high-fiving. If it's not two ninjas high-fiving, then a mushroom cloud.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
You're not a very good doctor, are you? Well, we've got guns. That's actually impressive for this game. There's only been a few times where things have actually come up correctly. So, for skills, I'm going to look at guns, I think, as well as repair. And then I'm debating speech, or maybe... No, we'll do speech, because I do enjoy speech.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history.
Medical history? Ooh.
Just a formality.
Okay.
Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
That would be bad. Okay, and I'm not going to do my usual here, because normally I pick good-natured alongside skill, so you get plus 10 and everything. And while I really want to do that, I think it's too good. So I'm going to do skilled, and I am going to do... Where is it? Trigger discipline. You fire 20% more slowly, but you're 20% more accurate. I think that could be really fun to maybe work with this build.
Come with me, I'll see you out.
And we do look a little bit ropey, don't we? With that whole scar going on. But I do like the scar look for the character model. So let's have a little look around. And you'll probably notice another one of the mods kicking in a moment. Let's get the surgical tubing and the scissors. The medical brace. I think I've nicked most of his stuff, but we will repair the 9mm and we will create some stim packs at the chemistry set. Some homemade stim packs, apparently. Let's steal his money. And grab a knife. Some food. Got some decent ammo in there, to be fair. So we'll take that. Oh, we got a stim pack out of the box, which is awesome. We get some shit. I don't want the pre-war relaxwear. But I will take these cigarettes because we can sell them for a pretty decent price normally. And in here, his bathroom. There is nothing in his bathroom worth taking. And how much does that? Yeah, that's still a pretty decent amount. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how we're set up then, all things considered. I'll take the hat. And let's speak to him.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but
I had a mighty
look.
18 bottle caps to my name. Wow.
But it was just something about
And a
platinum
9mm.
chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one.
Okay.
Ain't much use to be now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style anyway.
Okay, thanks for patching me up, dude.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon.
Okay.
I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
I'll try my best. Thank you, Mr. Sarcasm. Right, let's speak to you again.
I expect you'll be wanting to go outside after being cooped up for so long, but if you have any questions, I'll answer what I can.
Okay. So, speech 30. My wounds still hurt a little. Can you give me anything for the pain, Doc?
Of course. You've been through a lot. Ain't much, but these'll do you right if the pain clears up.
Great, thank you. And it looks like I haven't got enough medicine to do the next level, but... yeah. What town is this?
This here's Good Springs, named after the water we got here, just down the road to the southeast. Good Springs Source, they call it.
Okay.
It's a quiet town, and that's how we like it. We don't go looking for trouble, though occasionally it sees fit to come looking for us.
Foreboding. Okay, so anything about the man that shot me?
I didn't see him or the men with him. You might ask around town, though. Could be someone saw which way they was headed. Your best bet would probably be Trudy, the bartender at the saloon up the road. If anyone saw anything, she'd know about it.
Okay. And anything else you can tell me?
Well, there's a general store just up the road, run by a fella named Chet. He don't got nothing fancy, but he's got your basics covered. If you're looking to wet your whistle, just past Chet's is the Prospector Saloon. The bartender there, Trudy, knows everyone in town. Other than that, there's not much to see. Just people trying to scratch out a living.
I've always wondered where the origination of the phrase "wet your whistle" comes from. It's such a strange phrase. Anyway, could you give me a rundown? Oh yeah, I don't need that. And who was it that rescued me?
That'd be Victor. Curious fella. He's sort of odd, and I don't just mean because he's a robot. I couldn't tell you much about him. He's real friendly, don't get me wrong. You just get the sense that ain't the whole picture. Just a feeling.
Okay.
He keeps to himself, mostly. You want to know more about him, you'll have to ask him yourself. He has a shack on the southern edge of town.
Okay, thanks, I think, for everything, Doc. That's great.
You take care now.
Will do. Have a nice day in your very high-resolution top. So, onwards we go, and I think I should just be clear, this will be a role-playing-ish type series. Whenever it's a character decision, I will, sort of voice my response to it accordingly. So, let us rock and roll, unless I feel the need to jump out of character and break the fourth wall, which, who doesn't enjoy breaking the fourth wall? Let's rock and roll! And welcome. We fade out. And we see all the glorious texture mods I have installed to make the game not look like shit. So, I think first things first, we got mentioned that there was a bit of a strange robot. Let's go and speak to him. So, hello, Mr. Victor.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
Oh, very nice. Thank you, Victor. First of all, thanks for digging me out of that grave.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need.
And, yeah, how did you happen to find me?
I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were, so I hauled you off to the dock right quick.
Oh, that's really nice of you. The bone orchard? I assume he means cemetery. And do you know who those men were who attacked me?
Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that.
Okay, brilliant. And how did you end up in Good Springs then? You're a bit out of place here in the middle of a sort of quaint little town.
I moseyed into town, 10, 15 years ago. Before that, I can't quite seem to recall. Odd. Anyway, it's a right peaceful town, and I reckon it's as fine a place to settle as any.
Okay, and in fairness, I have never seen a robot like you before. What are you?
I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers, tell them Victor says howdy.
Why are you sentient, and why aren't any of your brothers sentient? What's going on? What's your deal? Anyway, goodbye, and it's been a pleasure, fine sir.
Happy trails!
Happy trails indeed. Okay, so let's go and speak to Chetsky. We can demonstrate our running mod. I like the animation there. So I was told I could find a Chet in here to sell my shit. Hello?
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
Thank you. That was great. You don't happen to know anything about the people that attacked me?
The leader was a New Vegas type. Typical city boy. He had a bunch of Great Khans with him, probably hired guns.
Okay.
The Great Khans normally stay in their own territory way up northwest, on account of them being enemies with the NCR.
Okay. And anything you can tell me about the Great Khans? You mentioned hired guns, so they're his
They're
muscle?
tough sons of bitches. Mean,
Okay,
but
they are
not
the
crazy.
muscle.
They'll leave you alone unless you got something they want.
Right.
The Great Khans deal in illegal chems. There's a good chance that most chems you come across were made by Great Khans.
Interesting, okay. And have you ever been to New Vegas?
Twice. Both times I drank a lot of liquor and lost most of my caps at the card tables. In that order, now that I think about it. If you ever get to New Vegas, be sure to visit Gomorrah. It's the best casino in the city. You won't regret it. Word of advice, behave. Between the NCR military police and Mr. House's robots, you don't want to be causing trouble on the strip.
Okay, so visit Gomorrah. I assume it's Gomorrah in relation to the Bible reference. Anything more about Mr. House?
I'm afraid I don't know much myself. Mr. House has got his own casino, Lucky 38, but nobody goes in or out except his robots.
Okay.
The other casinos follow Mr. House's rules, so I guess that makes him the leader of New Vegas. As far as I know, nobody's ever laid eyes on the guy.
Oh,
I
interesting.
think that robot who pulled you out of the dirt belongs to Mr. House.
Ah.
If Mr. House is looking after you, it's got to be a good thing, right?
Well, so it looks like I've got a bit of a benefactor. Anyway, show me what you have for sale, good sir. Okay, so let's drop off some shizzle to him. So that knife we don't need. And I haven't really got a lot else, do we, to be honest, to give him. We do have those cigarettes and that pilot light that I wanted to dispose of. And we now have 87 caps.
Another satisfied
Wow.
cut.
Let's rock and roll. And I think I will call it an episode here in a moment. In fact, let's call it an episode while staring down at one of course, the most memorable characters in Fallout New Vegas. Hello, Easy Pete. There's a reason he's called Easy Pete, and it goes back to his days where he used to work in the casinos on the Strip, and he was known as the easiest of Petes, if you catch my drift. He had a specific clientele at Gomorrah. But I think I will call it an episode here. Let us sit in this lovely chair in our Vault 21 jumpsuit and have Easy Pete look longingly into our eyes. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode thus far, and we will pick up here outside of the Prospector Saloon, where we will speak to, I believe, Sunny Smiles. Pete's giving me the side eye. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.